I can't. No, guys, this is insane. I want to just be super careful with this. This is way fancier than I thought it would be. The finish is insane. Sorry to interrupt on the best part, but I think we need to start from the beginning of the story, so... Pick a card. And let's travel in time. By June 2021, I had burnt out. My life had become chaotic and at the same time had plugged into deafening silence. By September, I decided it was time to get back to feeling myself. I started going through therapy. And slowly started getting back to drawing what I loved. Dark creatures, the spooky, the weird, the grotesque, and the magical. I felt the need to start feeding my inspiration again when I stumbled upon a couple of books I was interested in. Books about art, with artworks from paintings to sculptures, all linked by the same themes, the occult and the bewitched. One book was Art and Magic, a catalogue of an exhibition we had in Italy a couple of years ago, and the other one, Witchcraft, from the collection The Library of Esoterica. When the books arrived at home, I did what I usually do. Ignored the text and went straight for the pictures to find inspiration. Going through the first book, I met new artists to study, like Luis Ricardo Falero and Felicien Rops. But then, something unexpected happened. The second book was a book about something other than art history. Sure, each of the thousands of artworks in the volume had its informations, authors, technique, etc. But there was something more, something different. That book was actually about the history of witchcraft, from ancient times to nowadays. I've always felt pulled to this subject, but never found the courage to dig in. But there I had it, a chance to educate myself on a subject I always felt curious about. Well, that book changed everything. Both my art and my spirituality were about to be nurtured like never before. I would have met artists who shared my same vision and interests, like Leonor Fini, Leonora Carrington, Remedios Varo, Rosalind Norton, Valley Myers, and more. And that was just one book from a whole series. I went through a couple of sketchbooks where I started creating new art inspired by the new magical world I was unraveling, and eventually, at the beginning of 2022, Vespertiliu was born. One day, that summer, I was showing those books during a live stream, and kind of naively I mentioned I was interested in another volume from the Library of Esoterica. Well, one of my followers was kind enough to give me that book from my wishlist. And that was the volume on tarot. I went through that book and explored the many ways all sorts of artists had interpreted the arcana cards. I started studying their meaning, and inevitably, I fell in love and started collecting different decks. Every deck was different. Each artist had a vision, and even if there are canonical meanings associated with the tarot cards, each deck came with its own point of view. It wasn't long until I made up my mind. I would have created my very own tarot deck to use. I started drawing each card, pencil and paper, on a tiny square notebook. Each page had 2 cards, and I had planned to eventually cut them out and just use them as a deck. That summer was a roller coaster of emotions. I still had not fully recovered from my depressive episode, so I would fall into toxic behaviors or spiral into bad thoughts. But I never gave up on my tarot cards. I kept drawing card after card after card, and within a month, I had my major arcana. Now what? I stopped and started evaluating my next move. I had my 22 cards for the Major Arcana, but there still were 56 other cards to do. At one point, I started rendering all the cards digitally on my iPad, and so I started thinking, should I do the rest of my deck like this? Sure, why not? It would be faster and the quality would be better. And then it hit me. I could have printed it. Where to begin with? I had this fellow comic artist I knew who happened to be an exceptional tarot artist and tarot deck creator. And so I thought I could try to ask him if he knew where to start to self-publish my deck, even though at that time I was only interested in having one for myself, honestly. And so I wrote to him, I showed him my deck, and I got kind of an unexpected answer. Why don't you get it published? My very first thought was, nah. I mean, I had started this project for myself to connect with my art through my spirituality and vice versa. I don't want to have it published, right? I mean, they might not even select it and publish it. But what if they do? And so, I started putting together a proposal for a publisher. I drew every single card, wrote down my vision for the deck, added a presentation letter, had it reviewed by a couple of trusted friends and colleagues, and sent the proposal to the publisher. And then, nothing happened. They left me hanging. I started thinking I must have done something wrong. Maybe the deck wasn't that good. Or maybe the fact that it was all black and white was not a good thing. But I loved my work. I loved that deck. And I loved the characters I had created in my Arcana world. Months went by, and I kind of got over it. I still wanted to print it for myself, and I would have done it if certain things weren't happening in my life at that moment. For a while, I had to go through some changes. In the meantime, 3 months had gone by from the day the proposal was sent. Till one day, I checked my email. Lo Scarabeo was interested in publishing my tarot deck. That was such a relief. Deep down, I still wanted to get that deal. I still wanted to get that published and to have a new work of mine published after all those years. And I couldn't wait for that to happen. Now I had to decide how to proceed. I got back to my cards and there I saw them. They had aged. My art had improved in the months following my proposal, and I was not fully satisfied with my work anymore. So the only possibility was to use all the cards I had done as first sketches and redraw every single card in a new final form. I had signed my contract at last. I was finally getting back to my career, only this time not as a comic artist, but as a tarot deck creator. I had a little accident during the following months, an accident regarding the announcement of the tarot deck. I created a cute video where I revealed I was going to have my tarot deck published and revealed the name, and the name was Vespertarot. What? Where's the S from? So, you know I can speak English pretty decently. Still, being Italian has its disadvantages, and since the word tarot in Italian is a plural word, I assumed that it had to be like that also in English, and so I spelled it wrong. But then, thankfully, I found out soon enough. And the final title of my tarot deck was officially Vespertarot. I kept working on my tarot deck very hard for all the first part of 2023. Then, during summer, a very close relative of mine had some health issues, and we had to take care of them. Thankfully, everything turned out fine, and I was able to properly finish the deck and write the booklet. September arrived. A year had passed since that hopeful proposal I had sent, and I was ready to deliver the project on time. The publisher told me straight away that it would have taken a few months to have it available to the public. So I did what I could do and just waited. In the meantime, my creativity kept flowing, and that resulted in the creation of an oracle deck. I am self-publishing, and a witchy journal I've illustrated and curated with my friend Claudia, of which we have already published the Italian edition, which is crazy. And here we are, 2024, the moment the magic became reality. In April 2024, my tarot deck is coming out, but I've talked to my publisher asking when I would receive my copies as the author of the tarot deck. And they said that if I needed one to make content and stuff like that, they could have just sent me the one they have like in archive. And I was like, well, if it's like the actual one, the one that's going to be in stores, why not? And they were kind enough to send it to me yesterday, and it arrived just now. So I have it right here. I have to open it. I haven't seen it. This is just, I'm super excited, and I imagine this moment, so I don't even know how genuine I will be if I'm just too excited. I don't know. We'll just open this now. Yeah. Oh my god. Let's go. Let's see, how should I open this? Let's just have this moment all together. Oh my god, it's heavy. It's so heavy. I'm just going to do it very... Oh my god, this looks... No way, this looks... Oh my god. I'm having a heart attack. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is so fancy, by the way. Look at this. Oh my god, the box is gorgeous. No guys, I can't. Wait, I'm shaking. So I didn't know it would have had such a box. This is insane. Let me just, oh my god, let me open this. I'm shaking. I want to be super careful. I'm shaking. Why am I shaking? Oh my god. Open up. No way. This is so high quality. Guys, you have... Are you joking? Okay. Oh my god. This is... Okay, let's just... This is the booklet. Oh my god. Look how pretty this is. This is the little booklet. Look at this. Oh my god. No way. This is... I think this is like number 0. I can't. No, guys, this is insane. I want to just be super careful with this. This is way fancier than I thought it would be. The finish is insane. I'm shaking. I'm going to have a heart attack. Those look way better than I expected. I don't want to show you all of them, but I don't know if I can show you. But I guess... No way, guys. Oh my god. I love this one. I'm speechless. Absolutely speechless. I did this! Yeah, period. Queen of Swords. The swords just fell down. This is my tarot deck. I made it. It looks absolutely incredible. I can't wait for y'all to have it. This is insane. Bye. Hello, my name is Veronica, aka Vespertiliu. I am an Italian comic book author and illustrator, and your spooky art teacher. My very first tarot deck is finally available for purchase today. You can get it at the link in bio or order it at your favorite local bookshop. The booklet comes in Italian, English, Spanish, Portuguese, and Russian. I want to thank my beautiful community who's been rooting for me and patiently waiting for this deck for the past 2 years. And then I must thank my family and my best friends for being with me along the way and supporting me. I can't wait for you to have this deck, guys! I will see you very soon with more art videos. In the meantime, let's make art. Bye!